Hey team, it's another one from me, Mr. Tall, Dark and Handsome, aka Mr. Rose, aka your mentor. Let's go. So today, London session was a session that actually made me some money. I'm gonna look at, bear with me. To have a look at your stopwatch and see that it's on for like 6 hours. You realise you didn't stop it from your last set. Hey, okay. So we did have some distribution from Monday. From London session. You can see price moves off YHOD. This square here represents Asia. We take out sell side liquidity. We shoot up and take out Asia. Now I wake up around this time. Woke up a tad late. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, cool, we may go for shorts. So here I go. I see the top, which is buy side Asia, taken out with this wick here. So I'm alright, cool. Boom, taken out, boom. As I'm watching price action, I don't like it. And it doesn't make sense. I didn't like entry anyway, but I'm like, no, hold on, something's not making sense. So I do my analysis. I see that I was missing yesterday's high. That's what it was. So analysis came and saved the day. So then I'm like, okay, cool, change directions. Wait for entry. Boom, I see entry. And I'm in. My entry is a tad late. You can see, have a look here. Crazy. Regardless, we get in. It does take a while to actually reach some sort of pips. It's retracing off the highs, acting as if it's going to go for the short, but it doesn't. I remain strong. And this FEG here actually isn't present. This was actually after the distribution. Forgive me. So after New York session, that's when I drew this FEG. Then we move on to New York session. New York session, we see I drew out this box just to indicate what lunch is like, to better see the sweep. I couldn't see any key levels that price is actually gonna bounce off of, so I went to the hourly time frame. And saw the gap in price here. So after I see this gap in price, I've drawn it out. Back to the 5 min. Looking at price. I don't really like what price is trying to do here. Bounces off the hourly, which I like, good. And I go for the buy. Price reaches up to my last take profit, and I just can't see where price would want to go. So I actually close. Brilliant. Because in the next 1, 2, 3, 50 minutes, I'm stopped out and it's hit TP. It's crazy. Plus the risk to reward's rubbish. This is a 50 pip distribution, but nah, don't see it doing that at all. Didn't see it, and it didn't. So for me, big pat on the back for myself. For you guys who are looking at the not Instagram. For you guys who are part of the Telegram, of course, you caught the pips. And yeah, You caught those. You caught the big rally earlier, which was 61 pips, and then we got the, how many pips? 13. So again, for like 70, if you want to round it up, it's not too bad. Quick pause, bear with me. This is a late post in my downtime, but you know, I must get it done. I don't believe in signals, so with the Telegram, I still like to keep you guys informed with what's going on. And obviously, if you're just watching this and you're not part of it, you can still compare your results to myself and see how you're getting on. Alright, cool. So, now we're going to be watching price to see where it ends up for Asia. I'll go to my daily. We've got about 67 pips away from the last weekly OB, which I would like to target. And today, to be honest, is just like the discipline for trading. I mean, I've got a new subscriber who is nice, I'm gonna leave the analysis. I'm just gonna talk you through this now. So I've got a new subscriber who is a fighter, so big up yourself, Asian, cool guy. I actually looked at your channel, it's cool. When it comes to your discipline, you're always gonna see similarities within the charts and training. For example, this week, Monday I saw distribution, so then Tuesday I thought I was going to have big distribution. Didn't quite work out that way, but I still tried. So my effort was the same, but my output wasn't my desirable output. Okay. When we're training, we go in with the mindset of we're going to finish this set. Yeah, we're going to. But what if it's like your fourth set? It could be your fourth week of not having a profitable week. So in your head, you may have some doubt. Do you let that doubt consume your mind? Or do you go into it clear-minded with your set? You want to go clear-minded. Or you want to take the same discipline or the same disciplined mindset with trading. Monday, because I mean, to be honest, I checked my journal, I actually only had a 2-loss streak. But because it started on Friday, no, sorry, yeah, my second one was on Friday. It meant that the weekend I wasn't trading, so I wasn't able to participate to, get back up. So it felt much longer. And then Monday, some distribution. Tuesday, a little bit of distribution, nothing in the New York session. When you're training or going into a set, it's exactly or very similar. So with regards to waking up, training, this is already fortifying your brain for the for the obstacles of the day. And that is what is going to condition, prime your brain to have the resilience for the obstacles of the day. You could be a person who is carrying around a lot of stress. Why are you carrying a lot around the stress? Only you and God know. It doesn't really matter. The point is, all humans carry around the stress. So, if that said person were to relieve or use a coping mechanism to relieve the stress or to cope with the stress before getting into the charts or getting into a set, would that be typical human behavior? Would that be typical thinking? Would that be linear thinking? Yeah. So that you'd be able to execute optimally. And this is exactly the same thing we're going to be doing now. If we're going to be approaching a job, we do want to make sure that we don't have stress of bills, our partner, chores, errands, all these things as people with responsibilities go through, or that we have. So, with regards to Rise Dre Train, it's a lifestyle. It's not because I want to. It would be very easy to tell if a trader hasn't been committed or disciplined to their rituals where they have their evaluations and their time to evaluate themselves and promote the balance. Because we're looking at the chart, our heart rate's palpitating and what have you, but these are all involuntary responses, rhythms that we're obviously going throughout our lives, so we don't actually feel the dramatic influxes, but they're happening when we're watching price. So that Zen mode, that practicing stillness, that does need to be implemented. And when you're training, when you're pushing, when you're pulling, if you are somebody that does have high levels of testosterone, that can be your fix. I will leave it there, in the name of going overboard. Contact me on Instagram, leave a comment, however you like. I will be receptive. Thank you for your time.